Hi, hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Taylor, and today I'm going to be doing a little bit of a reading update. It's been a little bit since I filmed a video, and my reading has been all over the place. So these are not just technically what I'm in the middle of right now. I have several other books that over the past few months I have stopped just in the middle of, just randomly, because my brain no longer wants to read those books. That I think is going to have to be a separate video because there's quite a few books. But currently reading, have picked up in the past couple of weeks. These are the books. So first, I'm in the middle of Hellbent by Leigh Bardugo. This is the second book in the Alex Stern series. I'm proud of myself for remembering that right off the get-go. I'm on chapter 11. I think I'm actually a little bit into chapter 11, but I'm also listening to the audiobook. I'm enjoying this book a lot. Not as much as the first book, I will say, and I don't quite know what it is. I think it just might be the pacing is a little bit different than the last book. I don't know, maybe it's just in my head, but I am enjoying this. We are getting a little bit more information into Darlington and what's going on there, but I don't want to give away any spoilers in case you haven't read the first book. I wish we were getting a little bit more information on Alex and kind of what her thing is that she's got going on, her abilities, we'll say. We do know that she can see the grays, which are like ghosts, just inherently. She can just do that without assistance from magic or anything, and that is odd in this world. And we're getting more information there, but I wish it was just a little bit quicker on the draw of like what that is. I will say in this book you get a lot more of Dawes, which I enjoy. I like her a lot. So I'm interested to see what happens and like what all's going on in here. But my brain just doesn't want to pick it up. Like when I'm reading it, I'm good, but picking it back up is a problem. It's not going well on that end. The next book I'm really disappointed in, and I am kind of afraid to say anything negative about this book because I don't want anyone to hate me or come at me, but I want to be honest about my thoughts and opinions on books. I'm really disappointed in this book, and I'm really sad that I didn't like it as much, to the point where I'm actually going to be DNFing this, and that is Just Friends by Haley Pham. This is a romance, contemporary romance, which is fine. I've read a few of those in my time. It's not my favorite genre. I have very specific authors that I like, and I haven't really branched out very much, so this could be a me problem, but I don't think it is. In this book, we follow Blair. Blair? Yeah, Blair. She is going back home to visit with her mom and her Aunt Lottie. Unfortunately, her aunt is dying of cancer, so she kind of has to uproot her life. She just graduated college. She was just about to get like this internship, and her goal is to help her mom pay for things. Like, she wants to support her mother, but that's going to be on pause for a little bit because she needs to be there for her family. So she goes back home to her little town of Seabrook, which is funny because there's a little town, Seabrook, here in Texas that's like super close by. I don't know if they're supposed to be the same place. Anyway, she goes back home and meets her former childhood best friend again after many years of not speaking to each other because of some kind of falling out. I don't know what that falling out is, but something happened. They used to be thick as thieves, and now they haven't spoken in years. And you don't know why. He's also supposed to be the love interest. His name is Declan. I don't know if they were like officially together back then, or if they were just friends that knew they had feelings for each other but never said anything. I don't know. I didn't get that far. I do not anticipate ever finishing this book. I don't like the writing style at all, unfortunately. For me, it was just so broken up in the tones that she was using that it just pulled me out of the story completely. Like, the thoughts that Blair is having don't match the tone in which she speaks and her conversations. You may have seen online, there are certain words and phrases in here that they just don't make any sense. I feel as though Haley was trying very hard, which is good. This is your first book. You should try. But I think she's still finding her voice. I feel as though a lot of the writing is pulled from other authors and smushed together, and you can tell because it's really choppy. I can't finish this. I tabbed a few things that got on my nerves. There were several times where she mentioned like his pupils dilating, and I looked it up on my Kobo because of course I bought this in physical copy and on my Kobo. I don't think that continues, but that's just one thing that I noticed that annoyed me because I'm like, okay, really? Like, stop it. I don't know. There was just some like choices on how she wrote certain like descriptions that for me, I didn't enjoy. I thought it was just a little bit too much. The one that people love to point out, and any reviews or videos I've seen is, I have to yield to a conglomerate of pedestrians almost every 10 feet. That's a very, very specific way to describe that, and it just doesn't fit the book. It just doesn't. So I just can't continue. I'm going to pass this along, I think, to my Aunt Helly. Well, my fiance's Aunt Helly. She's a really big fan of Haley Pham, so hopefully she will enjoy this. And I'm not going to write off Haley in the future. If she writes more, I will give them a try. I just don't think for me this book is going to work, and I'm not going to force myself into more of a reading slump just to finish this. And then lastly, the book that I am actively reading, I did read last night even, so it's not like I've been putting it off for a few days. The House Next Door by Anne Rivers Sidens, I think is how you say her last name. I'm on chapter 4. So I did just start this a couple of days ago, and I've only really been reading it at night. This is very good. I actually found this book through Ian. I'll link his channel down below. I really enjoy his YouTube videos. So yeah, I'm only like 12% of the way into this book, but it's really good. It is a Southern Gothic, so I like Southern Gothics, but it's not something that I would pick up based on the cover. Now, I do know that you're not supposed to pick books based on the cover, I know, but when you look at the cover, it's not really giving Southern Gothic vibes. Like, it's just not. And I kind of like that now. Like, I look at the cover and I'm like, man, I really want to own a physical copy of this. In this book, we follow a couple. The wife is Colquitt, I think is how you say her name, and then Walter. They live in a little suburb of Atlanta, and they are kind of an easygoing couple. It's just them two. They don't want any kids. Same. They have great neighbors. It's a wonderful neighborhood. They enjoy spending nights just on their patio, having a few drinks, talking, and they like their small little quiet life. Problem is that next door to their house, there's this empty lot, and it has like a wooded area there, and our main character, Colquitt, I'm just gonna call her Cole, she loves this little space. She thinks it gives her some privacy in an otherwise kind of pretty busy neighborhood. Like, there's neighbors everywhere, but this is like her little piece of serenity. They thought that no one could build on this land because of just the way that there's different hills and trees, and there's like a little creek through it. So it didn't look like something you could ever build on. And actually several other architects said, we're not touching it. Can't do it. Sorry about your luck. Until one day, they find out from one of their neighbors that someone did purchase the lot and they are going to build a house there. Things begin to happen as they're building this house, and it turns out that it's haunted. But they don't know why, because it's just an empty lot. Is it actually haunted, or like what's going on? Because there's some events that are going to take place. I don't know what they are yet. Haven't got that far. But there are events that take place that would suggest that it's haunted. We just built it. So that's where everyone's confused. Like, why is this Haunted. I really enjoy the writing style. She's very descriptive and kind of like an elegant. I also really like how she's writing these characters, that they are kind of funny in the way that they interact with other people. Our main character, she's very just, she can't believe that anyone would ever buy this lot, and it's almost like a personal attack to her because she's losing like this bit of privacy that she has, even though they don't own that land. But the way that she writes it, you're almost like, you're kind of laughing at the way that she's reacting, but it's just, it makes them really personable because this is how someone would be. Like, this is how a person would be. Like, how dare you take away my trees that I don't own? How dare you do that to me? But it's not overbearing and makes you dislike Cole. It's just kind of funny. I enjoy it. I'm enjoying it a lot. So I'm going to continue reading this. Hopefully I finish Hellbent at some point soon. I feel bad that I keep renewing my loan on Libby for the audiobook, but there's no one waiting, so I don't feel completely terrible. But I need to finish this, and I want to continue this. And I plan on making another video of all of the books that I'm technically in the middle of, because I think there's like 4 or 5 others. Yeah, I need to like get it together, but I'm constantly fighting my brain on what we want to read today. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I hope to also see you in the next video. Bye!